sheet for D&D, which I haven't done in ages. So just trying to get my head around all the numbers and everything was like, oh god.
The pesky numbers, yes.
I'm
Well,
just
I'll
going to
go.
remind
I'll go.
you. I'm just going to remind you, Lily. Remember, mothership character sheet. 1 minute. Takes 1 minute.
I know, and I really appreciated it, honestly. But I'm playing with like some old friends, so yeah.
Fabulous.
I'm playing with some old people, and we are playing a first edition campaign.
Wow.
Yes.
Keep on the Borderlands.
Well, that's actually where we started, and I've got all these
excellent.
modules that I've bought, and I'm just basically giving them some options, and different modules are in different places, so it's all good. Excuse me, I'm just going to go and murder the cat for a second.
All right. But yeah, I haven't done a D&D character sheet for a very long time, so just getting that.
Okay.
The hilarious thing is, I remember, like, about a kilometer that way, give or take, from my house, is where I played my first ever role-playing session, and it was Keep on the Borderlands, and I was 12 years old.
Wow.
So that's 42 years ago, and it
Wow.
was first edition.
Wow.
There you go.
That was my
I'm
first
definitely
module
not that
years
old. I
ago.
just really like really old retro things. Definitely that old. Yeah, second COVID break lockdown was all about buying old D&D stuff, and that has continued since. Kickstarters and D&Ds.
Lovely.
Oh, I have so many Kickstarters, but that's why I'm running Mothership next week, because I bought the deluxe box and I wanted to use it, and it's beautiful. And everyone's gonna die, but then you can make up your character in a minute, so it's fine. You just
I've heard
make up
really good
another
things
one.
about that Mothership. I've heard great things about it.
Oh no, it's got a rave reputation. Yeah, genuinely, and super sweet mechanics, like super fast, super small, super light, and genuinely weird. Like, where I've got Alien, and obviously they have Alien. By the way, Romulus, loved it. Just want to say that. Just want to say Romulus was what I was hoping it would be. Yeah, so in Alien, of course, there's the whole horror mechanic, which is represented as panic. But let's face it, aliens are gonna eat your face and kill you and drag you off and do horrible things to you. But the Mothership guys have lent into the just bizarre. Like, the monsters and the settings are
like
bizarre.
Event Horizon type vibes.
Yes. Yeah, they've gone for the weird, the weird and horrifying, not just the horrifying, which I genuinely respect. They've got a book on They've got a book on encounters and monsters that you can run into. And I actually kind of respect that one of the monsters you run into is the C-suite, which I thought was quite cute. See, right there, people. That's what I was talking about from earlier.
Yeah.
That was it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Hi, have you seen my ass? No, I've not. Well, let me show it to you so you have. Thank you. Anyway, not why we're here. We are here because I have a dream, and that dream is that I will break one of you and you will die. And I want to fulfill that dream. So we should start.
Yes.
And Inanna has a dream too, and her dream is the same as mine. It's just that I'm the person she wants to break. And crush and have served her for all eternity in her righteous godliness, goddessness. All right, so when last we saw our intrepid adventurers, they did a whole bunch of gambling. There was gambling. It was the height of gambling, and the Viscountess, who needs to change their name to the Viscountess, so I remember. The Viscountess met someone who definitively was attracted to the Viscountess as a woman of authority. And you've got a dinner date, so let's not forget.
Yeah.
Reginald made money and increased his credit. So 2 thumbs up for Reginald. Climbing the social strata, one broken
rung at a time.
That's exactly it. We also discovered that the Viscountess will be ensuring that the rector's son is married before time is up.
Yes.
Yep.
So that the NPC Louisa is not left abandoned in the cold
Indeed.
by her desolate brother, who was kidnapped and did not go missing in a black and gold carriage, which was thought to be somehow connected to the CAD, Sir Culverton, who you did go and visit, and some of you who have sold their souls to Satan, who have accepted a degree of
moral flexibility in the eyes of God.
I did a test. It found I had a certain moral flexibility. Is one of the greatest lines ever spoken in a movie. Even if Grosse Point Blank has got some more problematic bits in it these days, I mean, it hasn't stood the test of time, sadly. And
I heard the conversation that Culverton had.
You did.
Eliza.
And it suggests that Culverton is talking to women and making deals about the sorts of
supplying sacrifices.
Possibly.
So
yes. And that Eliza might have some awareness of these sacrifices, I think, is the other thing.
Well, he was very familiar with Eliza, and it was the first time they'd ever met.
He definitely was, and Eliza was definitely threatening him.
Yes.
Yes.
So the Viscountess is getting an update from that.
But in the classic, and matter of fact, we were literally talking about this story just a few minutes ago before we started. As in, I was talking to Joe, my partner, about it. But in the way that some organizations will use a CAD to capture lesser but more available CADs, a CAD catcher, if you will. It seems Sir Culverton has been selling people out to some group of women who might have bronze daggers and wear white robes on certain nights of the year.
It just seems like he's just protecting himself. Like, they're not going to take him if he can offer an alternative.
Exactly. He's been handing up other people to protect him. Although he's probably good on you. He's probably the worst of the lot. Anyway, that's where we were left. It was, however, time to go to the ball, people.
Excellent.
Time to go to the ball.
So time to go to the ball.
It is the spring ball. Now, before we begin, can I ask? Actually, do I actually have Foundry open? That seems like a really good question to ask. I do. Yay for me. Okay. Can I get people to make a... God, what skill is it? Okay, Thomas, come on, do better. It's not natural. Yes, it's natural world, people. I want some natural world rolls from all of you people who care about the natural world.
Yeah, sure, we'll give that a go.
I mean, I probably care more about the unnatural world, but I'll give it a go.
No, there's some things in the world that we shouldn't know.
Some things that... Oh, wow, 90.
It seems both the Georgianas got it.
Yeah, you guys are all over this stuff. Unlike some other people who are less over.
Wow.
And the rector, who is convinced...
The rector is obviously more concerned about the world to come. You know,
why would I worry about the natural world? Everything is created by the Lord.
She's climbing on my desktop again, which makes it very likely that the power will go off.
But she's so cute.
Look at her; she's beautiful and a monster. And
are we talking about Eliza?
Yes, we are.
Yes,
absolutely.
And Death Kitty. She's biting my hand now. She's pissed. Ow, let go. Ow, let go. Go bother someone else. Find another human. All right, so that's where we're at. Those people who made the roll notice, and actually both of you made it, as in made it. You got a hard success. So you, both of the younger folk, citizen scientists, if you will, have noted that the trees are a withering. So basically, even though it's spring, you guys notice that there's an autumn feel to the trees. So
Didn't you notice this before in the past?
yes, it's getting worse.
Okay.
So it has progressed in the last 24 hours. It is now worse than it was before. Rector, Satan has placed his hand upon the town.
Absolutely. There is a dark mark upon this land.
Yeah, it's clearly the work of Satan.
It's under the thumb of Satan.
Can I get you to make a sanity check for me, Rector, as you see Satan in everything around you?
Oh, Satan's there. There's Satan. I'm good.
There's Satan. There's Satan. There's his friend. Okay, you feel confident Satan is somehow involved, but you equally hold your natural desire to cast Satan out of the people around you in check.
Excellent.
No.
Could snap any moment.
Could snap any moment. But I am seeing a pretty high likelihood that you're, flicking water, oh no, you're an Anglican. Oh no, you're a high Anglican. So there's a pretty good chance you might still be rolling with the holy water.
Well, I have a flask of it on me at all times.
Exactly. So you're
you
probably
never
doing a little bit
know
of...
when you have to baptize someone or drive some evil out.
Yeah, you never know when it's child baptism or Satan. Or both.
Or both.
I mean,
you may have to re-baptize people.
Yeah.
Depending on how far they fall.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to keep baptizing you.
That's right.
All right. So on that note, the spring ball beckons. All right. So as you are aware,
oh Lord, another ball.
Now you Viscountess and you Eliza and you Georgiana have all received individual invitations to the ball. Of course, it's completely acceptable for you to bring company with you, but to be clear, you are the people who have been invited because the other two members of the group do not hold the necessary social status to get an invite.
What?
I'm sorry, it's true.
Yeah.
Can I get... Good point, Lily. Damn straight, these peasants. Beautiful.
Lily is feisty tonight. I love it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Dragging a
That's
bunch
great.
of peasants with you. What are you doing? Now, to dress in the height of fashion, to be ready for this moment in the sun, will require a fashion roll.
Excellent.
Now, yep. Oh,
This is
I
not
hear
good.
heavy puff sleeves are in fashion this year.
wow! You guys are wearing last year's dresses. Sorry, Jay. Sorry.
That's okay. That's fine.
I mean,
Fashion,
you
wow.
actually, Jay, I feel like you deserve advantage, buddy.
No.
Okay, all right. Fair enough.
You've got your dress. You're
Here
all
we
right.
go. All right.
I think it's advantage.
wearing
Roll
black.
again, mate.
Yeah.
Roll again.
Okay, roll again. Okay, great. All right. There we go.
Yeah, just give it another go. Ooh.
No, 40.
No, that 10%'s not your friend.
Yeah, I mean, I think that honestly, though, we probably, hadn't packed expecting this. That's
Correct.
probably the reason, right? We might have just thrown something in. We just attended another ball, and so those clothes are probably being, potentially altered or cleaned, so we didn't really think to bring those.
And also, when we came here, it was for recuperation from traumatic events. So, yeah.
Absolutely.
We weren't in the right headspace to be packing up appropriate.
Yeah. And unfortunately, some of the other people who are coming to the ball have gotten the latest fashion from London. You guys are rolling with your Tarryford. I don't want to be.
They're going to want to go to
cruel,
London and get more fashions.
One says London, one says Tarryford. One cannot help but judge.
Fair.
So you are wearing last year's fashion. So you arrive at Huntley Hall.
Mm.
It is bedecked in flowers of all kinds. You can see beeswax candles glowing light all through the building and out onto the entryway. Of course, you can all make etiquette rolls at this point as you notice that everyone else is currently wearing ostrich feathers in their hat, and you were unaware that ostrich feathers had become a thing. Only in Regency is this a thing that you roll for while playing Cthulhu. All right, anyway.
Now we work it out.
Wow, now you're all over it. You guys are smashing the etiquette rolls.
Oh,
by the way, are
etiquette,
people
sorry.
seeing their little skills go the right color?
Yes,
forget-
I
Yes.
was
Good.
so
Okay.
amazed that I even got that natural world roll before because I've only got 10% in it.
Yep.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. All right, so Eliza is not having a good night. Eliza, you're just focused on one thing, aren't you? All hail
Absolutely.
Lord Satan. No.
I think
right.
that honestly, I am being so like that when we're walking in, right? 'Cause this is the moment that we kind of walk in and our impression that we make. I think that that honestly, like she's lost some of the airs and graces. She's looking directly at particularly the men in the room and being quite
it's not in the way
hawkish.
she normally looks.
Exactly. So it perhaps it's a bit off-putting.
Yeah. You're creepy. Let's just call
Yeah.
it as it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Eliza's giving creepy vibes. I think that's what I'm
Absolutely.
hearing.
Joined a cult.
Yeah.
I think she's gone beyond joining a cult. She's going to start one of her own.
Get a bit of a stoop there, Eliza. Hopefully guilt isn't laying you over.
Hey, Eliza, why have you got
Mounds and
that
men
giant
are.
bag hanging off your arm?
Speaking in a pirate brogue, all those things.
Yeah. All right.
Honestly,
so
I think
Sorry,
that. Sorry, I just want to say. I think that because it's just the cloak, right? Oh no, sorry, it's a robe.
A robe.
it's a robe. It's a full-on you. Put it on and wear the white.
Put
So
in everything.
so I actually wear it to the ball. Is the explanation like the idea, or putting it on later?
Okay. You wear
Put it on later. Put it on later.
Yeah.
Are you wearing it under a dress? Because it's pretty much just a white robe, which is not.
Yeah, exactly. I think that I put on underneath stuff.
Yeah, I think that's right.
And I've got, maybe just a kind of perhaps, because we failed our fashion roles, like a second hand or second rate stoat or fox or something. It's a little bit tattered. So to conceal that. But yeah, it's underneath, I think.
Well, I think
So,
yes, go.
At
Lily,
this
save us.
time, like a basic thing that everyone would have worn would be called a pelisse. It's sort of like a dress, but it's also a coat. So you'd wear it over your house clothes. You probably wouldn't wear it to a ball, but you failed your fashion role. So you could be just wearing your pelisse, which is essentially just a coat in the shape of a dress. Like you wear it over your house clothes. You could be wearing that over the robe.
Oh, okay. Yes. I love that.
And it would also fit with the failed fashion role because it's definitely not like the evening wear.
The question is, are you going to try and make it the new fashion, Eliza?
Well, with a fashion of 10, I'm not sure I'll be able to.
Where are you going to get that ostrich feather? That's the real question.
Ignore the ostrich feather. There's other things.
That's true.
So I think Eliza didn't realize that Georgiana doesn't care for herself that she is unfashionable. In fact, that's kind of her intention. However, she sees a big vase full of ostrich feathers around. So she's going to try sneakily go and grab some and give them to Eliza so that she can stick them in her hat and be slightly fashionable.
Okay. Can I get I kind of feel bad for asking this question. Can I get a sleight of hand? Well,
Stealth?
stealth maybe. Yeah, stealth. Yeah, stealth. I like it. Can I get a
Neither of them
stealth
are
roll,
good, so
Georgiana? Well, it's better than your sleight of hand.
yeah, that's
Oh,
true.
okay.
Oof,
Right, you
did not
pilfer
go
some
well.
ostrich feathers, but you are
Push the roll. Push the.
yeah. Actually, you could push the roll, and the cost would
that
be
luck.
reputation.
Mm.
And a
I
broken
think
vase.
I think she'll settle on just failing.
Mm.
Okay. All right. You acquire some ostrich feathers, but they look a trifle bedraggled.
Mm.
Like when they were all in the sort of the vase, they looked fine, but when you pull them out, individually, they're far less impressive as a thing.
Can I ask? Sorry, you I might have missed it. So the ostrich feathers are being worn by all of the women,
Yeah, they're the fashion item that you
right?
guys
Oh,
failed to
okay.
cotton onto. They're in the hats of all the women. Everyone's wearing ostrich feathers
I
this year.
see. Do I see Miss Mackenzie wearing ostrich feathers?
No.
That's
Matter of fact, you're just getting in, so you haven't seen Miss Mackenzie yet, but she's definitively housemating it on this one.
Okay, right. And do I see Cecilia wearing it though?
Oh yes.
Okay,
Yes.
great.
And
Well,
Miss
if
Huntley, her mother, is
oh, there
all
we
over
go.
this,
Well,
Okay, great. So
Eliza's hat now has ostrich feathers, even if they are slightly bedraggled.
excellent. I think that honestly, if I see those people wearing it, I probably would actually do it.
Yeah, you've got to join in. All right. So, okay. So you pull up in a carriage. You've got the whole sort of, we've hired the carriage. You do see there's a large carriage house, which you didn't get to explore the first time you were here. It's on the side of the manor, and you can see a black and gold carriage. So basically, people are leaving their carriages here, and the horses are being stabled, and carriages are being dragged into, or pulled into, the carriage house for storage until people are ready to leave. So we'll just point out there is a carriage house, and there are black and gold carriages being dragged into it.
Is there room for our carriage as well in there?
There is.
Okay.
You may simply request that it be taken there. You could even take it there yourselves.
That's what I'm thinking. Reginald might assist the footman or whomever it is, the wagon. Is that right? The footman, is that right? In doing that. And while they're, tucking it all away and getting the horses sorted, he might have a bit of a poke around the black and gold carriage.
Okay. There are 3 black and gold carriages.
Of course.
But you can definitely poke around. So what would you like to poke around with, Reginald? How doth thou poke and round?
How does that poke around? Well, I suppose, are they all the same as in the black and gold? Do they have a crest or something like that?
No, they all have different crests. This is the thing. They're from different families.
Okay. I suppose are there lots of other people around, footmen around?
Not a huge amount, and you can definitely kind of, finagle your way.
In that case, what I'm probably going to do, if I can get sort of nearby, I might pull out, what can I have? Something that I might have that I drop, conveniently through the window, and then that's my excuse to get in and have a bit of a look around, if that makes any sense. Something like that.
Sure.
I'm terrible at spot hidden and sleight of hand, so this could go terribly, but we'll see.
I love it. I love the ambition.
Just looking at my skill, I don't have much else that might necessarily work, but that's okay. I'm sure I can talk my way out of it.
Make a spot hidden roll.
Or is that 70? Is that 70? Yes. Okay.
Yes. Unfortunately, that is 73 against your
37. I might have looked at spending the points.
Would you like to push it?
Well, I might come back to that. No, I'm going to go and there's 3 of them, so chances of going to the first one, I'll take that as a loss. So I might try the second one if that's at all.
Sure.
Same thing.
Could you actually, before you roll your spot hidden, could you roll a luck roll for me, please?
Oh
Oh,
my
shit.
god.
That was 100.
It was so close to being 100. I thought it was 2. But
Ooh.
no, it's a 1.
So that means that I'm pretty much fine for the rest of the session. Is that right? Is that how that works? Just fine.
Fortuna is with you. Since we're using Roman goddesses at the moment.
Yes.
You second carriage. It's got the crest, which is actually on the very doors of the building you are right next to.
Right.
It is the Huntley family crest.
Now, this pop-up that you've got the map, I don't think I can move that to get to my character sheet, can I?
Yeah, it opens for everyone, so I've just closed it. Go for it.
Sorry, is that okay? Sorry. Yes, okay. And sorry, that was spot hidden again. Okay, let's try this time. Mm-hmm.
By the way, this is the little white dog, just so everyone knows. There it is.
Move him towards your face a bit more so we can see it.
Closer.
Oh, guys.
Those are some solid Chihuahua eyes. That's
that's Eliza Hastings sniffing out all the men at the.
Eliza, who's there with the pearls, thinks that they're very cute.
Thank you.
All right, go.
Sorry, yes. Still having the same problem. I can't move these things to get to my character sheet to roll the dice.
I need to set up the thing so that doesn't happen anymore. I haven't done that. My apologies.
No, that's I think I've got the wrong resolution as well. Everything is quite clunky, but never mind.
No, actually, it seems to have gone a bit weird. Not just for you.
Yeah, I had to click out of like 3 versions of it before it would all go away.
Let me try something. I'm just gonna go back to this one. That should fix that reso. It has. And then all right, anyway, make your roll. Hopefully that's now working.
Still no, can I close these? Is that what
just close them.
Just close them.
Close them.
Okay, cool, great. So this is the hang on, close that. So spot hidden, let's try that. Feet don't fail me now.
09.
Wow.
All right, beautiful. Okay, so you search the Huntley carriage. It's definitely black and gold. Search of the seat covers the second half of the paper. Yep. So there's a slip of paper in there, which says the following words: 8 ladies dance around the Graven Grove tree. 1 man stands between 10 women, and from young blood blooms eternity.
Right. For some reason, I think of both Lily and Georgiana and Eliza when I pick up this very strange bit of paper. I didn't write that down, so hopefully someone else will. Okay, that seems interesting. Seems creepy enough that it would warrant further consultation with my offsiders. So, okay, and look, in for a penny, in for a pound, I might as well go the third one, I think, but I've got a feeling that might be the one that we needed. Did you manage to write that down, Jay? Did you get that?
Like half of it, yeah.
Okay, 8 ladies dance around the Graven Grove tree.
Around the Graven Grove tree.
Yeah.
Yep.
1 man stands. One man stands between 10 women. And from young blood blooms eternity.
Okay, so I think we know what that means.
Yep.
All right. Anyway, you've got that.
Fantastic. Yes, I might just repeat that again for the third one, just on the off chance. But I feel like that is probably what we were looking for anyway.
You find nothing in the third one.
Yeah.
Perfect. Then I shall make sure I'm all organised and such, and then make my way into the ball.
Okay. So the rest of you are now. Let's go with Viscountess. You're leading the pack.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ship of state. Ploughing forward.
Yeah.
There are butlers who take coats and other things and place them in places of convenience. You are greeted. As I sort of stated earlier, there are flowers everywhere. There is greenery and flowers. Matt, Eliza and Georgiana, this is the very flower sets that you were working on only a day ago. Rector, these are the very flower sets being corruptly put together by the Satanists. And Reginald, get behind me, Satan, is the words you're looking for, Reginald. Get behind me, Satan. May want to practice those. It could be useful later. Now, obviously, there is also there's a lot of people here. This is the social event of the year. You see wealth on display as men wear their finest, coats and shirts. Women wear their most beautiful pearls. Thank you, Eliza. And there is a flagrant flaunting of social norms going on, Viscountess and Vicar, which you can see out of the corner of your eye. Now, when you arrive, Viscountess, oddly perhaps, the person at the gate door says, any weapons to declare?
I
don't take
don't understand what you mean.
Just asking, ma'am. We've found a few men, often things can get quite heated at the ball, and we like to make sure that heat is allowed to cool appropriately before they are given access to their weapons. So it's just a question. Do you or any of your people have any weapons?
I do not believe so. No. Very but this is slightly different here than at home in Tallyford.
No, ma'am. Now, Viscountess, for the first time in your life, can you make either a stealth or sleight of hand roll to maintain the concealment of Betsy? Or what's the name of your gun again?
Betsy. Was it Betsy? I think it was.
Anyway, it is now Betsy. And if it was something else previously, we regret the lack of continuity.
Stealth, because that's what I've got more of. I made it!
You made it with a hard success. No one sees your pistol. It stays right where you keep it, right against that leg. And you all enter. Now, is anyone else carrying weapons into the hall? Actually, I do need to ask.
Absolutely. So I not only have the ceremonial dagger strapped to my thigh,
okay,
but I also have kind of like tucked into the back of my dress my revolver.
Bum roll.
It's not a revolver. It's a flintlock pistol.
Sorry, flintlock. Flintlock.
Not a revolver.
Surely we can just hide
a revolver, just a flintlock.
We can just
hide on that note then, would you be so kind as to make either a sleight of hand or stealth roll to get in with your pistol, which you have tucked in elegantly down your back?
Elijah, have you considered piracy? You'd make a great Dread Pirate Roberts.
I hope so.
Well, Wesley,
yeah, exactly.
Okay.
My Wesley will come for me. Okay, well, I guess stealth is better, so I might as well.
I don't think Eliza's waiting for Wesley. I think Eliza's getting Wesley.
Absolutely.
Yep.
25.
How
much
Here we
do you
go.
care about your pistol?
I spend 5 luck.
Okay. Wow.
Absolutely.
You care that much? Nice.
Look, this character might die. Spend the luck while I have it.
No, look, I respect everything about that moment. So you have your pistol hidden. What about? I just want to make sure. Is anyone else carrying any weapons? Just while we're winding down through
I
the
do have a sword.
Yeah, that's really hard to conceal.
Yeah, I thought we would all be able to conceal our weapons in the Viscountess's ample bosom. I thought that was the cases of last
A
week.
sword?
It is an ample bosom. It is
I'm
an
not
ample
saying
bosom.
that you can't, but I'm not sure the Viscountess is happy with other people's weapons, especially if they'd have to reach in there to get them.
It's a trifle inelegant.
I'll hand my sword over. That's fine.
Right. You are indeed the one who adheres to the rules, which gives them confidence that everyone else has.
Georgiana has no weapons to declare.
Right. I am not, and have not ever carried any deadly weapons. I see. And Rector, other than the holy water,
Oh, I had the good book.
You have the good
my
book.
weapon.
That's my weapon against Satan. All right. So the good Rector, do you actually say that? I have the good book. When they ask, do you have a weapon? You go, I have the good book.
No, I won't, because I was amongst these people and it was really weird.
Right, yeah, they were weird. Okay.
And I know that they're doing something dodgy because of the whisperings. So
and we're talking about the hosts or the Viscountess's nieces, because they are also shady.
Oh, first one, then the other. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, fair. But they are kind of shady.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kinda.
You move into the building. As you move into it, as I said, there are flowers everywhere adorning every surface. In addition to that, you can smell this kind of heavy, sweet scent of incense and other things. Like, it's quite potent. And dioramas and, folding screens painted with Roman mythological scenes have been spread everywhere. Like, you're surrounded by this kind of Roman grotto, if you will. Like, you've got all this heavy flowering plantage everywhere. You've got these scenes painted in, tall screens, but also paintings have been put up on walls and those sorts of things. Murals that were probably hidden behind drapery have been unveiled with the drapery pulled aside. There's the beeswax candles flowing, flickering golden light over the entire thing. It's actually quite stunning. And obviously there's a small, orchestra playing the latest tunes from Europe. And Reginald, latest tunes from Europe. Finally, and Reginald, you're in your native territory. This is what I do. Yeah, and then there's this heavy cloying scent of incense and other things.
This is feeling like a temple.
Yes. Now, obviously there are dance cards that you can fill. You can already see a bit of a group of people sort of, circulating with their cards, trying to get them filled for the evening.
Specific targets for dance cards. Not that I'll be dancing.
No, well, Sir Culverton is there.
The young ladies are definitely not dancing with him.
What about Mr. Spencer Huntley, the dashing son of Miss Huntley, who was there only yesterday and stands to inherit quite a goodly sum?
Well, I will definitely make sure that Georgiana in particular is introduced to him.
Georgiana, you're introduced to Mr. Spencer Huntley. Now, you may remember him as the gentleman who was reading in the corner, unwilling to engage in all of the goings-on yesterday.
Okay. Well, I think Georgiana probably typically of what she usually does is she will be slightly behind Viscount Pembroke, and as she's being introduced, she's trying to move even more slightly behind her. She will just basically be as demure as possible, keeping her like eyes down, just murmuring answers sort of thing. Just basically trying to appear as much of a non-entity as possible.
Wallflower.
Yeah.
Wallflower all the way. Can I get, I feel like I want an etiquette roll for you to wallflower with skill.
Okay.
Otherwise, you're effortlessly charming.
Oh, it's 100 people. It's a critical fumble.
Excellent.
Oh my gosh.
Jeepers.
You see,
Push the roll.
you see Mr. Huntley look at you with eyes of passion
Oh God.
as you seek to hide, and he goes, "Oh my God. Are you the Georgiana Wentworth who wrote that small piece on blah, blah, blah?" And you go, "Oh my God, I did write that small piece in that magazine on blah, blah, blah. I love all of your words. No, 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 you must come." And he reaches out and puts his hand forward to, take your hand, and is gushing in his approbation and excitement to have you at the ball.
Okay. I assume that the Viscountess is trying to push this forward as much as possible. I think that
if I have to, I will take your hand and place it in his.
I feel like he's the sort of guy that, he's, it's the classic, I hear he has a yearly income of £250. And that's before he takes full ownership of his, properties. It's that sort of story.
Family estate.
Yeah.
I think given that etiquette role and what her aims were, before she knows it, the Viscountess and this guy, she's probably already dancing now.
Yes, absolutely.
Trying to figure out what the hell is happening.
Now, he tries to engage you in a somewhat complicated conversation about the relative properties of plants growing in the local region while he dances with you, having read your monograph on the natural world.
I guess that is sort of bringing her out of her shell a bit because she likes plants. So she'll start to talk to him then about plants.
Well, it turns out he likes plants a lot.
Well, so does Georgiana, so they've got something to talk about.
There we go. Look at that, people. They said it couldn't happen in our lifetime, but Georgiana's out there on the dance floor and enjoying herself.
Well.
Now, Georgiana, it's a dancing roll time. It's time.
Oh, God.
Remember the
you
lessons.
You can roll with advantage because he's actually very good.
Remember the lessons that Reginald gave you about dancing?
That's right.
Let's see how good he teaches Reginald. Where is that box gone? I must have accidentally closed it.
Meanwhile, I'm on the sidelines, grasping the Richter's arm.
For some reason, I'm rolling, but the dice aren't appearing. Is anyone else seeing dice?
No, no one else is seeing dice.
Okay.
Let me.
I'll try again. Nope, that's not. Okay, I'll just close the window and start again.
Often the best answer.
Well,
sometimes just recycling, like as in refreshing.
There
they all are.
Holy, oh shit!
That was me just testing to see if anybody could roll dice.
Was it Rob? Because you got a critical fumble as well, so I have a doubt. No, I don't.
Yeah, I tried to close the window, go back to my character sheet, but it's still not rolling.
Okay, just do a full-on, Shift F5. So just reload the page.
Use the random boxes at the bottom, like against.
Yeah, just roll the. You can just roll the dice down the bottom.
Oh, Georgiana, I see it there. I think that you have rolled. It's 30%.
Oh,
and you rolled a 28.
I can't see that.
Okay.
It hasn't come up for us.
Now
Yeah,
I refreshed the page and now I can
refreshed.
see a bunch of
Okay, I'm now refreshing
looks
the
like
page
the
because
first
apparently
one was
I couldn't see it
7.
either. All
yeah,
right.
the first one was a 7. Wow.
Okay, yeah.
Miracles happen, people. Miracles happen.
Yep. If Georgiana was going to get with anyone, it was
we
the
go.
son of the
With
leader of
plant
the
guy.
local Roman cult.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a given.
Yeah.
All right.
Countess, I have
Perfect.
my concerns
Well,
about this match.
Georgiana, he is entrancing and skilled as a dancer as well. You are shining, you're glowing for the first time. You're out there on the floor. Viscountess, it's happening. It's happening in front of you. The flower is blooming.
I'm gripping the Richter's arm. I'm so excited.
I hear he. I'm just imagining you right, whispering, I hear he's worth 250 pounds a year.
Do I have to make a con check for her grip?
Absolutely. All right, so Georgiana is swept off. Reginald has just come in from the dark, having discovered a secret.
Reginald does have a question for you. I assume people are
far away,
smoking.
Reginald.
People are smoking and stuff in there.
Of course, they're smoking. Some people are even smoking
so
potatoes.
because I think Reginald heard about
Blackadder joke.
The sorry, I missed that. The people heard about the strange visions that everyone had amongst the plants previously. So he's going to be probably chain smoking his pipe the whole time, pretty much.
Right.
As some kind of, not obviously, but it's
I need the
going
vapors of my tobacco to ward off the evil.
That's something like that. Yeah, something like that.
But I need to smoke more.
Yeah.
To ward off the evil smells.
But he will go and find himself a drink and maybe catch up with, if there's a group of these guys left, and then pass on this little note.
Well, you do see the Viscountess and the Rector, who are both transfixed, looking onto the dance floor.
Right. Whilst Eliza is growling at the same time, I suspect.
Well, no. So you're racing up to tell them, Eliza, where have you parked yourself other than predatorily stalking every unaccompanied?
To be honest, I actually think that I'm gonna just really I'm following Eliza's bliss tonight. I want a buck convention. I don't want to be in a box. Tonight is not about women being in boxes. It's about women being in power. So I actually stride confidently directly up to Mr. Culverton and offer him my dance card.
Oh,
It's not be in my
God.
view.
Make an etiquette roll.
Yeah. And I say,
Viscountess, you see this happening.
Absolutely.
Just out the corner of your eye, you see the social cost.
Yep. There's a wobble of the heel.
I am actually going to I think that like the hem of my dress catches on something.
He's gonna take a dive in the goal square.
And so I'm gonna try and and push that role to be able to like catch up to Culverton, because I imagine he's being swarmed by people, right?
Not really. Most people are avoiding him. He's a horrible human being, but
yes,
and reasonably well known to be one. But what you are experiencing and definitively experiencing is everyone's looking at you. You've strode into the middle of the floor. Now,
okay,
if
perfect.
you can pull this off, if you can do this with, aplomb, as it were, then sure, you're gonna be considered, slightly radical, but one can't help but recognize the sheer, bravery of the woman. But if you don't get this push, you are absolutely taking a reputation loss as people judge you for the sort of exactly what one would expect would happen when a woman breaches convention. I thought the Viscountess did a better job of teaching her wards how to behave.
Oh, interesting. Okay,
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna do it. Because if I fail, it is like it is such a strong motivation for what might happen next tonight. But if I succeed, maybe I'll even, it'll be even better. So here we go.
Go, 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 go.
Success!
Oh! It's a success. You corner him in the corner of the room. Like the startled gazelle that he is.
Exactly. Can I walk, like, I just stride up to him. It's kind of like, it's one of those slow motion moments where she's walking so fast that like the train of her dress is kind of like just like, like billowing behind her because she's so fervently, rushing towards him, and it kind of looks very impactful when seen from a distance. And so she walks over to him and says, uh, Sir Culverton, shall we enjoy the night? Shall we? And she kind of, she like her hair has been all like fastened up into like a clasp, right? And
I cannot look for what is about to happen.
She rips out the clasp and had her hair just like like rivulets, beautiful curls just kind of like come down over her dress, and she kind of turns back to look at everyone and eyes them, and says, "Shall we cause a scene?"
Okay, can I get either? I don't know what it should be.
Can it be intimidate?
Yeah, I was going there. That's kind of was in my head. Yeah.
Oh, actually, can it be persuade? Actually, shit, I forgot. Intimidate, I don't have much in. I have 50% in persuade, 15% in intimidate.
Go for persuade. It's fine.
Okay, sweet. Awesome.
Go for it.
All right, let's do it. Yeah, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, you can. All right, you do this. He's momentarily confused and then goes, "Of course," and rips his wig off. And stands boldly next to you. "Let's dance, baby." And then meanwhile, the Viscountess, on one hand, Viscountess, you see the future. £250 a year. On the other hand, you see the darkness in the heart of social congress, as not only has Eliza broken all social convention, but she's done it with a man you know is a cad and a bounder.
Oh.
Who's just taken his wig off and strode forward onto the dance floor.
And I know at this moment there is nothing I can do.
Nothing.
Because to stop them would create a greater scandal.
Draw more attention. And you would then be in the scene.
This is where
this is where you need the rector.
This is where Reginald sidles up to the Viscountess and just offers her gently his hip flask. Just maybe a wee little. The night is perhaps not going as you had hoped, but enjoy the celebrations, madame. There you go.
I can see her throwing the hip flask at Culverton.
Not my lucky one.
Thank you.
Where did that come from?
Right. I'm so pleased to see how your lessons are paying off with Miss Georgiana, but
I only have 2 words for you. Drink hard now. No, that's right. All right. Reginald, do you want to do you share your information?
Yes, under the guise of attending to the Viscountess and just we do a bit of a circle with the rector and just basically showing them the bit of this. I hope you do not mind. I had a bit of a poke around in some of the carriages outside, and 3 that had gold and black, and the one that with his Monsieur Antley, I found this inside, and it seems of a piece to what we feel is happening around here. So, did you get you heard it before, so you know what? Yes.
Yes. Now, by the way, Georgiana, can you roll a D4 for me, please? As in Wentworth, this is. And Eliza, can you make a dancing roll for me? You've made the claim. You've taken the stage.
Absolutely.
Do you have the necessary skills to actually hold it?
Let's see.
Now, the good news is before you roll,
Uh-huh.
with advantage, because Colvin, it turns out, is a bloody brilliant dancer.
Excellent. All right.
Oh, okay. Eliza, your reputation increases. Oh, not Eliza. Sorry, Georgiana, your reputation increases by 1.
Oh.
As people notice you dancing with the handsome and yet to date unattainable, for no woman has been able to hold his attention, Mr. Spencer Huntley.
Oh.
All right, perfect. What's going on, Jay? Is it rolling?
It didn't roll, and then I had to reload.
Yes.
I think that it's
I have a single dice in.
There we go. Yeah,
on
yeah,
its point.
yeah.
I've got mine. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, there is something going slightly odd with Foundry, and it is to do with the way. I don't know what's happening, but that view keeps on getting changed, and it's not working quite the way it should be. According to this, you failed, Eliza.
I did. I rolled a 50, which is better than 80, but not as good as 13.
And that was with advantage, just so we're clear.
It was, yes.
Okay. Oh my God.
You slipped on his hairpiece, did you?
No. She starts dancing last year's dance.
And this is where Reginald is like, and he takes the bottle back from Viscountess. They thought better than that. The deeper than the spin. Oh, mon Dieu. He can't believe it. That's the most offensive thing I've seen all night.
It's terrible, but I'm afraid, Eliza, you had it all. You had it all in front of you, Eliza.
Oh my God.
And then in that last moment. Now, I will ask, do you want to push it? I mean, you've been riding that wave.
Honestly, I think that look at you. He's jonesing for it. He wants to push. I'm gonna say, you know what? Fail and fail hard. I will push the roll.
Nice.
Because why the hell not? Why the hell not? You know. All right. Here we go. Exactly. Burn baby burn disco inferno. If I had more luck, I would have spent it. But you know, all right.
What is luck?
Well,
you make your own.
Well, baby, don't hurt me.
I would be spending
dice rolls.
I would be spending 37 out of my current 38 luck. And you can't spend your last luck point. So no, I will not do that. Yes,
I mean, why do you want to
dancing
hold on
again?
I mean, what benefit does it bring you? Anyway.
Well, probably if we experience some sort of thing that requires me to do a power roll. Great. So when I push, do I get to have the bonus as well?
You get the advantage, yes.
Okay, great. Excellent. All right, it's not coming through for me. I'm gonna have to reload. Go. Okay. Oh my God, I got a 1!
What?
Jesus.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen.
Holy shit, that's perfect.
I am just the absolute best dang dancer of all time. They'll be talking about this dance and this performance of the two of us for years.
Reginald, a tear comes out of Reginald's eye. I knew she could do it.
She started with last year's dance, but somehow
bravo,
saved it.
Bravo.
There's a moment of silence as the whole room spins. Georgiana's success with the dashing Mr. Huntley, who is
to the point she might have actually influenced everybody else's dancing with a 1.
That's exactly right. Yeah, it's the Nutbush, people. It's the Nutbush.
It's the first time that Michael Jackson.
Once one person starts dancing the Nutbush, everyone's dancing the Nutbush. And there it is, right there on the dance floor. Eliza leading the whole ton in a new, in an interpretation of last year's dance that's going to set London on fire, I tell you, just any time now. People are in awe. Please roll a D6, Eliza.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Amazing. Honestly, I can't believe that just happened. That's insane. I whenever I run Cthulhu, I always find that there's one character that just has unbelievably good luck. And I'm feeling like this episode, it's me.
It's the chain. It's the chain of good
It
luck.
is the chain, exactly. It's gold for gold. Sorry, a D6 you said, yeah.
A D6, just a D6, please.
Yeah.
That's all I require.
Excellent. A 1.
And it's also a 1.
Okay.
Okay. You get 1 reputation from
fabulous.
From your
my
It's
reputation.
the Regency version of seeing Michael Jackson unveil the moonwalk. That's what that
is. My reputation went down, went up and then went down, and now it's back to where it started at 50. Amazing.
And you see Reginald's actually he's trying to figure out how to okay. And he's going, oh, I see what he did there. I'm so proud of that child.
There is a moment where everyone in the room looks at you, Viscountess, and go, how did you raise such different wards? But yet at the same time, they both have held the floor.
Oh.
The floor is held.
A lot of prayer went into
by the Wentworths. No one realizes his last name. It's forgotten. Anyway, who is that other person? All right. Culberton leans over to you and says, in the middle of the dance, by the way, I have some news about Mr. Millwood's disappearance. Perhaps you'd like to know more. In the library. He says it with that voice too, by the way. I just want to make that absolutely clear.
And I say, I can imagine nothing would give me greater pleasure than to discuss those particulars at your leisure.
Excellent. Perhaps you'd like to bring your friends with you.
Cut it with a knife.
I think this is something that's much like a dance. Best done between two.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you. Thanks for the recognition. Well, if you insist, I guess we can make it work that way. Right. At this point, Rector, you've been watching this all play out in front of you. It's been drama all night. What are you doing, Rector?
I'm looking at watching the drama, but really it's second nature to looking at the paintings that are arrayed around.
I see.
Very important.
Would you like to make a history or similar roll?
History would work.
As you seek to interpret these paintings.
Yes, I would.
You see the motif of that water goddess. The goddess Arimathea. That's how you pronounce the name, isn't it?
And is she represented in all of these pictures?
Armentia. Sorry, Armentia. Yes, she appears in many of them. Not all of them. Not all of them. There are Romulus and Romulus and Remus scenes and that sort of thing. Although there's certainly a very strong current of female goddesses.
Mm-hmm.
And stories that might have even come from Greek mythology, like Narcissus, where the man dies. And there's this, and I think, is it Narcissus that gets turned into the stag and gets hunted by Diana?
I can't remember.
Anyway, there's the scene where the guy gets turned into the stag and hunted by Diana.
So the common theme is the women are dominant with their goddess, and the men are subservient and suffering at their hands or the goddess's hands.
Yes, and there's a lot of hunting and those sorts of motifs, like Diana and Athena, and not Diana and Athena, sorry, Diana and her Artemis? Stag boy, those sorts of things.
Right. That's
and of course, Armentia.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. Maybe some kind of bacchanalian scenes with some women kind of like
tearing men apart, the maenads. I don't know what you're talking about. That scene's over there behind those plants where people can't see it properly.
And I'm guessing a lot of these males are kind of grotesque in a way.
Oh, no.
They're young, vibrant males.
They're the young, vibrant men.
Yeah, because they want to harness that energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Well, have I got some fine art discussion to have with the Viscountess?
Yes. Absolutely.
At that point.
I am trying to keep my eye on Eliza though, because
I was wondering about that because I was just about to say at that point you see Eliza and Culverton leaving the floor, but not heading back to you. Oh no. They're going off into the building.
Oh, well, I might have to kind of
I don't know about the rest of you, but I'm having a damn fine time. All right.
Absolutely.
I might have to look at some of the artworks as we go.
Right. Yes. Now, Reginald, I assume you are tracking in Viscountess. Are you also going with the rector? Rector, are you asking the others to come with you? That's important.
Oh, I kind of do a head thing to the Viscountess to the direction of where Eliza and Culverton are going.
Yes.
Proceed that way.
Rector, Reginald would just remind them, yes, we must keep an eye on Eliza, but bear in mind, I found this in the Huntley carriage, so I think someone should look after, keep an eye on young Georgiana as well.
I think I will stay and watch over Georgiana on the floor. I'm very torn, but I trust the Rector and Reginald will make sure Eliza is okay.
Now, about the piece of paper, did I basically go, well, I'm assuming it's a ritual. I'm assuming that's a ritual that he's got there.
Anyway.
And
it actually, both of you may make intelligence rolls for me, please.
Oh, I'll give it a go.
Intelligent. I hope I can manage it.
Anyone who's reading it.
Yeah, I made 15 out of my 90.
Yeah, he's probably going to do it. Makes sense. You're good at Latin, aren't you?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, you have a look at it, and 8 ladies dance around the Graven Grove tree. 1 man stands between 10 women, and from young blood blooms eternity. You think it's a riddle.
Oh, okay.
And you are then recalled of when you were at what's it called?
The fountain site.
What was the name of the
Fountain of St. Anne?
Yeah.
Oh.
The Crescent.
The Crescent.
When you were at the Crescent, when you were at the Well of St. Anne, you are struck by the sudden memory of seeing some stones that have Roman numerals on them.
Oh. And they went up to 8 or 10.
There were, I think, there were 4 of them.
Okay.
The first one was the number 19 in Roman numerals, which of course is an X, an I, and an X. The second one was the Roman numeral 2, so 2 I's. The third Roman numeral 8, VIII, and the final Roman numeral 12, XII.
Right.
So a man between 10 women, X either side.
Would be XIX.
So 19.
10, 1,
yeah.
10.
Yes, it's like.
Remember?
Yeah.
Yes. I can't see that, but yes.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it. There it is. Can you see it? I can see it.
Hang on.
They're all making it grow.
I see. Yes.
XIX, II, VIII, XII.
Yeah.
Anyway. And with a No, a extreme success.
Mhm.
Sorry, it's an extreme success. There's another way to interpret the numerals. The number 2 in the alphabet is
B.
the number 12 in the alphabet is.
Oh God.
Anyway, you can work it out.
All right, I'll work that out now.
Yeah. Right. Now, Eliza's headed off. Georgiana, you are having a fantastic dance with the dashing Mr. Huntley, who talks to you endlessly about orchids and plants and other things. You see in the corner of your eye everyone else, however, departing. First of all, you see Eliza peeling off with Culverton. You guys were pushed a little bit to the side by that, not to your distress, obviously, because you don't like to be the center of attention. But you were pushed off to one side by the, by the focus that Eliza and Culverton had. And then suddenly they sweep off the floor. Culverton still doesn't have a wig on. He's like, what would you like to do, Georgiana?
Okay. How long do the dances normally go for? I think it wouldn't be that long, and it's also rude to do 2 dances in the row with the same person. This is the first time Georgiana's actually been enjoying herself at a ball.
Yes.
However, and the first time she's actually found someone who she enjoys talking with, who's not, one of her friends like Eliza.
Yeah.
So she is disappointed that the dance is ending, which is very unusual for her. However, she also recognizes the decorum of you can't do 2 dances in a row with one person. So she thanks Mr. Huntley, as much as she can. She's kind of embarrassed and bashful at this after realizing that she's, actually been enjoying this. But then she goes back to the Viscountess. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
As you go to leave, Mr. Huntley, Spencer, please call me Spencer. No, yes. Reaches over and goes, I saw what your cousin did. Perhaps we should be the same. We could break etiquette. We don't have to stand by these traditions. Look at them. They've just captured the dance floor with their bravery and their boldness. And my God, Miss Wentworth, I can't say how much. If only you've entranced me.
I'm very, very sorry, sir, but perhaps later in the night we might be able to talk again.
Well, indeed. And look, whilst I will obviously dance with others, I want to make it clear that I'm only thinking of you.
I think Georgiana goes bright red at this point and genuinely does not know what to say.
Well, sorry, I've been far too forward. Look, he, sort of steps back a bit and, sorry, my lady, I've obviously, the emotions have overwhelmed me. I apologize deeply.
No, thank you. I very much appreciate it. I just, I'm not very good in these social situations, but I have enjoyed our conversation, and I hope we might talk again sometime.
Well, look, perhaps I might call upon you.
And Georgiana will, if possible, go even redder, and she will look down and just say, I'm sure the Viscountess would be very grateful if you paid addresses to her.
Yes, of course, the Viscountess. Why didn't I think of that? My God, woman, you're a genius.
She is usually home in the mornings, if that makes any difference.
Yeah, I shall make it my mission to talk to her tonight. For my heart cannot bear the thought of separation longer than it needs to be from your amazing, beautiful, orchid-like visage. And at that point, he sweeps away, leaving you gasping for air, bright red.
Probably, yeah. She will make her way very confused back to the Viscountess, because she's just not sure what she's feeling at the moment. And and she'll just stand next to the Viscountess and probably try not to go even redder at the fact that the Viscountess is very obviously just beaming.
I'll just take your hand and pat it gently.
Because, I mean, whilst Eliza obviously has conquered the floor on the night, you know how close to disaster Eliza sailed through that whole thing.
Oh, yeah.
Murder on the dance floor.
Yeah. Whereas Georgiana has murder on the dance floor.
But I also know that, like, I'm not going to push Georgiana because I know how flustered and difficult she would have just found that whole interaction. But I'm just absolutely beaming over it.
Well, I mean, Georgiana, do you share that he intends to call upon, the Viscountess?
Yeah, I think Georgiana's kind of been charmed by all the plant talk. So almost against her inclination, she's quite looking forward to it.
Nice. Okay, there's plant talk. All right. Eliza, you're in the front of the pack here. You're taken into the library. Culverton sits in a chair, rests his arm on the rest, as you would expect. Well, perhaps a drink.
Please.
Sorry,
as he goes over to like fix a drink, perhaps turning his back to her.
He's definitely turning his back to you.
I'm not. Look, honestly, in my mind, I was like, do I take out the gun now or later? But I'm not going to do that. I am going to instead go to the door of the library.
Yeah.
Do a listen roll to see whether or not we are going to be overheard.
Okay. Quite
Who would want to overhear your conversation?
Okay. Can I get a listen roll from you?
Yeah.
And Rector, you are in front of the pack. Are you being quiet as you approach the library?
I'm going to be a little bit soft-footed, yeah.
Okay, and a stealth roll from you, please, Rector. You. Is it worth 11 luck to you, Rector?
No, it's not.
All right, you hear footsteps, Eliza.
Okay, I think that like
and the slightly heavy wheezing sound that you recognize as the Rector.
I momentarily stop and look at paintings of the thoroughbred horses and everything else whilst I'm traversing down the hallway.
I mean, you're literally looking at that paint. I mean, I know it's anachronistic, i.e. not the right period, but you're looking at the painting of the dogs playing billiards. That's all I'm saying. All right.
I think that I like, because like is there like kind of like a locking mechanism on the door? Perhaps.
Luck roll.
Okay, great.
The power of the luck roll is upon me.
Well, let's see. I've got 38.
Yeah, no.
No, there's not. There's not. I think that.
Well, actually, sorry. No, let me think about this for a second. Yes, there is a locking mechanism.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. Perfect. So I lock it, and then I kind of like and I turn around and I kind of start strolling, because I've got clip-cloppy shoes on, and like the floor is polished marble, right? So it's just like clip-clop, just so precise and measured in those steps. As she's kind of like eyeing him directly as she walks closer and says, oh, we better make this quick. My godmother is outside. He very sweet.
He looks at you and says, well, perhaps you'd like a drink to kick things off then.
Absolutely.
And hands you a glass of sherry.
Mm-hmm. Now I feel like he's probably poisoned it. So might I roll a psychology roll to determine his intention? Great. Because I feel like you were way too happy that I turned away from him in that moment. It says, how terrified you make me. All right, here we go.
Nothing to see here.
Nope, nothing to see. I take a nice swig of
Now,
the drink.
as you go to take a nice swig, can you please make a natural world?
Sure.
Or natural world or
medicine.
Spot hidden?
Medicine. Thank
Okay.
you. Yes, it is
Cool.
medicine. Thank you.
All right. Well, medicine is a 1. Natural world is a 10. So I'll go for that.
Natural philosophy, does it? Probably doesn't make
That's
any
a 1
difference.
as well,
No,
probably.
that's also a 1.
Okay. All right.
All right. So I rolled a
Okay,
30.
All right. You
No.
drink
Smell of
the
almonds.
glass. He, of course, is doing the classic.
Absolutely.
And then he puts his still full glass down on the table. Well, that'll teach you for threatening me. And you feel a sort of in your head. Can I get a constitution roll, please?
Oh, okay. Great.
Dun, dun, dun,
Well, I think I know what's going to happen if I succeed.
So do I. I have a feeling.
Nope.
Oh,
No,
No!
it's a 90.
No!
No.
You collapse.
My lord. Oh, I
wow,
love
that
it.
luck
I
roll for the
love
door
it.
lock.
I hate to ask Georgiana, but did they eat you? After you accepted the drink? I mean,
no.
it's
So
Cthulhu.
both times it was just I got roofied essentially. Like
Mm.
no, let me rephrase. They got drugged.
They got drugged, and indeed, it's happening again, Eliza. That's right. Both of you had evil plans for each other, but Culverton is the master of such diabolical plans. As you drink the drugged drink, you go, and you reach behind your back, obviously intending in your last moment to gun the cat down with your pistol. I assume that's what you were going to do.
Yeah.
And
But
by the way,
lights
did I
out.
mention I'd bought a pistol to this knife fight? At which
For the
point
drinks.
you collapse to the ground, swooning and unconscious. Rector, what were you listening at the door?
Oh, absolutely.
Make a listen roll, please. And who else is with you? Is it just you or?
Oh, Reginald was following
Yeah.
up.
Oh, Reginald, that's right.
Yeah.
So Reginald, you can also make
Reginald, I think Eliza has
success.
fallen in the far corner of the room.
That's
after
right.
Drinking poison.
I believe she drank poison. Oh, both of you. Okay.
I concur.
Obviously, your hearing is like rock solid. Okay.
If only I could get the door open through whatever.
The door is locked. Which is why it was a failure of the luck roll to lock the door. I was like, I guess I should make a luck roll to see if the door will lock. Hold on a second. No. It's much better. It's actually much better for Eliza if the door doesn't lock. All right.
Well, I mean, Reginald would say, not that I know, but my ears and my fear tells me that was the sound of a young woman falling over drunk.
Indeed.
So I feel like she's in danger. She's
been compromised.
Step aside. Step aside, Rector. We shall get this door open. And he's just going to. It's loud. He's just going to shoulder charge the door.
Excellent. You shoulder charge the door.
What
is your size?
Size is 60.
Big boy.
I'm the same as you.
And
I'm
strength?
size 60 as well. Jesus.
And strength is 60 as well.
Yeah, no, strength is 45.
All right.
I used to box, but not anymore.
You may roll with advantage your strength roll, please. As you're a biggish person.
Bonus dice, yes.
And it is just a latch. It wasn't a full-on lock.
Okay. Did that?
It wasn't a critical failure.
I can't see anything there. Let me try. Anyone else seeing any dice there? No?
No.
So I'm just refreshing again. Just in case.
It's very flaky. I don't know what's going on.
So a regular success. That
right.
was. But
Smash! The door is flung open as you hurl your body against it. Sir Culverton is there, Eliza over one shoulder, stepping out a window to go out into the yard.
Bloody hell.
Reginald, stop, you madman, you monster. And he just charges and tries to tackle the guy, not bump them out the window, but just tackle him from around the legs or something like that.
Damn it! He drops Eliza from his arm as you're racing across the room and pulls a dagger from his, from his side, as in, it was there. Aha! And
that's on. Right. I'm going to straight at him. So,
right. Okay. Can I get a blah 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 blah? Important characters. Yeah.
Important characters.
Damn, I should have. Unhand her, you monster, or something. You fiend.
Well, that's what I heard. That's what I heard. I heard that.
We all
heard that.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Absolutely. All right. It's brawl. You're both rolling brawl skill. He's got. Okay. He's using his brawl skill with his little daggery thing.
Okay, so just roll brawl then. Yep.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you definitely are rolling brawl because you've got nothing else to go on.
Oh, that's not good. Yeah, no, probably slam straight into the wall next to him or something instead.
Correct. He will roll his brawl skill. Oh, actually, no, hold on. Sorry, I need to. Okay. All right. What did you get? Ugh! As you leap upon him, he pulls a knife out and stabs you with it.
Good Lord.
Do you rust your fiend? My mother used to eat other than that.
I think a dagger does a D6. Is that right?
I think it's a D4 plus DB. I guess depending on whether, like, if it's a carving knife, it's a D8. If it's a large, like, hunting knife, it's a D6.
No more ideas. That's fine. I'll take the one.
He doesn't have anything. He's just got a normal dagger.
Yeah.
He does 1 point of damage to you as he jabs you in the side.
Okay, cool.
Rector, what are you doing?
I'm going to try and just kind of retrieve Eliza and pull her away from the fight.
Yeah.
I have a size 60.
Coming up the hallway, very late to the party will be the Viscountess and Georgiana.
Rector, make a spot hidden roll for me.
Spot hidden roll.
Yeah.
No.
Roll it with advantage, actually. So give me another D10
okay.
to see if you roll below that number.
Sorry, another 10.
A D10, just a D10 to see if you get. Nope. Okay. Nope.
So what does that make it now? It's like
it's either 72 or 82. So when you're rolling with advantage, you're rolling the 10s.
Right.
So I just wanted to see. All right. No, you don't see it. You don't see the pistol that Eliza has jammed down her back as you try and drag her away.
Well, I know she's got a pistol on her somewhere because she goes around everywhere.
Ah. Okay. Well, there you go. Well, she's got a pistol. You could search her for it, but you're probably pulling her away.
That would be indelicate, I think.
It would be very...
No, we will just get her out of danger and see what's going on as she breathes.
Okay.
Like that.
Now, Viscountess.
Yes.
You hear the struggle as you're coming down the corridor, as do you, Georgiana.
All right.
Unhand her, you can. Run. Words that effect. All right. But in French accent,
running.
All right.
Paintings are falling off the wall as the Viscountess.
Yeah.
Okay. You come around the corner, and there is a scene of absolute chaos. The Reginald is struggling manfully with the about exactly the same size. Actually, he's got exactly the same strength and the same size as you. So you and Culverton are struggling manfully, but Culverton's got a knife and you see the flash of the blade. Blood flies from the side of Reginald. Reginald goes, but it's only a slight wound. You can see the rector is pulling Eliza away from the fright and possibly also patting her on the head as he does so, saying, no, dear, it'll be fine.
That's right.
What do you do?
Control.
What do you do, Viscountess?
Yeah, reassurance roll for her.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I feel reassured, and I'm not even the one who's getting
Yeah, tick that box.
I think it's time to pull out Betsy, although I'm not intending to fire it until I get a clean shot, but I will shout at him, "You rake! You have me!"
It's true. He is a rake. That is actually true. He definitely ticks all the boxes.
Absolutely.
Definitively a rake. Okay, you pull your pistol out, and you may now roll Intimidate with advantage because you are now pointing a pistol at him. And Sir Culberton is the sort of man who didn't go to the continent during the Troubles with the French. He stayed at home. He doesn't like personal violence.
Let's try this. I'm having the same problem of rolling and nothing showing up.
Well, you can just see like we can skip all of the rolling from the skill and just roll, 2d10 to the bottom and see if that works. I can't hear you. Your mic.
I rolled 10. I rolled 10.
You rolled 10. Beautiful.
Amazing.
Okay. All right.
I am very intimidating right now.
Tick your intimidate, Jess.
Oh yeah, I think it should have done it.
Well, it'll be yellow on your character sheet if it did.
No, it did not. Okay.
There you go. Didn't happen. All right. If a tree falls in the forest, does intimidate get ticked? No. Right. Moving on. Okay. He looks at the pistol and says, "Good Lord, woman, where did you get that from?" And steps away from Reginald. Reginald, he stepped away from you. You can hear the click. The click you know so well.
Reginald is going to interpose himself. I want to make sure he can't reach the window. So I want to interpose myself.
You're going to try and stop him from escaping.
Yeah, that's the plan. So, yeah.
All right. Well, he is definitely trying to escape because, violence.
Right. Yeah, let's do that again.
All right.
I shall punch you a second time.
Actually, you did intimidate him. Maybe you shouldn't do that. Maybe you should. Okay. No. Let's say he did, a la Prince Humperdinck from, the Princess Bride.
Yeah.
He sits down on the chair. I'm glad we all know the scene.
Yes.
To the pain. All right. What horrible mewling thing is that? By the way, I'm pleased to say we did not get to the finale, and we will not be getting there tonight. Well done, people. All right.
Because Saturday Night Fever happens. That's why.
That's exactly what it was. It was the nutbush. I blame the nutbush.
Yes.
All right. No, I think we really kicked it off with the critical fumble on the wallflower.
I will disarm him of his knife, and we'll put that in my pocket or something like that.
Right, you're all gathered around him. What is it you want to know?
Well,
you'll never be able to prove anything in court. Anyway, that sort of line.
Yeah.
Personally, I would like to know whether the best way to flay you is skinning downwards or skinning upwards.
You can't scare me, Frenchman. We beat you.
We, the royal we. I'm sure you were at the forefront of all the fighting. I've been called much worse in my time. Anything that you can say, it does not affect me. But the Viscountess here has a very delicate finger, and she's quite jittery. So perhaps you would like to come clean, as we say, to save yourself maybe having a sudden hole in your chest.
All right. Do you want to make a charm, persuade, intimidate? Your choice.
I definitely prefer charm.
It's a weirdly inappropriate skill, so let's go with it.
Oh, wow.
19.
You seem to be rolling with advantage. This is what is happening. I'm fine with it, but I'm just saying that's what's happening.
Oh, am I? Because I can't see that. Sorry.
Yeah, it's rolling 3 dice.
Oh, okay, hang on. Is that because I must have put the +1 on earlier and then didn't take it off again?
It could be.
Do you want me to re-roll?
No.
Okay.
All good.
Okay. All right.
No. Most importantly, because you need this information to, well, maybe you need this information. All right. If I tell you of my arrangement with the ladies, I assume we can all agree this never happened.
Well, I mean, I would bow to the decisions of the Viscountess, but I am always willing to talk, so let's hear it. Huh? Just flourish the blade a little bit.
At this point, are you trying to awaken Eliza, who is actually unconscious, like they've been knocked out?
I think,
and if you are, who's making the medicine roll?
Would have gone straight to her to try and, see if there was anything she can do. Can Georgiana make a first aid roll to try and bring her around?
Absolutely.
Time to bring out some Epsom salts.
Yeah. They smell like the devil's ass.
I wouldn't know, my darling.
So close.
Oh, use the luck.
Yeah.
Push the roll.
I don't think I can push that.
All the things I think of that go with if you fail to push the roll are bad.
Yeah, no, yeah, for sure.
If I use medicine, can I tell what she might have been poisoned with?
Absolutely.
Okay, so I'm better at that. Can I tell if she's in danger via this roll?
She's not in danger. She's unconscious.
Okay, so she's probably okay for now.
Yeah.
Georgiana will try to, put some smelling salts under her, under her nose. If there's a vase of flowers nearby, she considers dashing some water over her face, but it might ruin her look even more than it's already been ruined. So she'll hold off on that for now, where the failed first roll comes in. But just looking at her, can Georgiana, or maybe if she sees the cup nearby that's spilled with the liquor, she might smell it or look at it to see if she can tell what was used to poison her?
Yeah, so it was a drug in the sherry, which was administered by Sir Culberton. It doesn't give me a name. Let's agree that it's the extract of the black poppy.
You give me no streams and everyone else.
Okay. So I guess maybe from this, Georgiana will know, okay, she's probably going to be okay. She'll just have to sleep it off.
Oh, it's laurel water. Sorry, laurel water.
Okay.
It's a toxic its toxic components are known to modern audiences as cyanide.
Oh.
Cherry laurel. Okay.
Less confident then.
That's
oh my god. Worse. Am I dying? What happens?
Hold on, I'm just No, it doesn't kill you. It's in really small doses, but it's enough to render you unconscious.
Okay, so we don't need to make her throw up or something.
Well, you can.
Yeah. So you can tell that the bottle itself has been poisoned. Is that right?
Yeah, she can smell it.
Okay.
It's in
the smell of bitter almonds.
I said that earlier.
Reginald's going to clock that, and he's going to steal that bottle and boy out.
You never know when you need a bottle of poisoned liquor.
Yeah, very handy.
People are so wrong. You've been corrupted by your experiences. Anyway, you were asking him. Yes. So, yes, I have an arrangement with the ladies who I assume you're aware of. One of your little group is clearly a member, and he looks pointedly at Eliza at this point, who's lying on the ground unconscious. And I think if you search her, you find a dagger. Dun, dun, dun.
Sorry, I missed that. What was that?
He said he looked at Eliza and said that she was a member of the ladies that he has an arrangement with. And he said, and I'm sure if you search her, you will find a bronze dagger.
Mm.
Well, I'm not searching her.
Has she perhaps been acting oddly recently, looking at men with a particularly bladed glance?
No,
Not
that's
any more
pretty
than
normal.
usual.
I saw it. I saw it in her eyes the
Lord.
moment she crossed that floor. That woman had my death in her eyes from the moment she thought she'd tricked me with her women's wails, but I was able to see through them. I'm a perfect judge of character, you know. It's one of my better characteristics.
I'm a wolf, how's
Right. So what was your agreement with the ladies?
Well, I don't want to, you know, I mean, keeping the spring. Well, they developed a particular belief that men of a certain character, well, actually, men of any character, really, uh,
young
you
men,
know,
any character,
are needed to ensure the health of the city and have been doing this for several generations now. Anyway, my family's been aware of it for some time and we understand how things work. So, yes, I might be a selfish bastard, but, and I want to make this clear, everything I did was to save this town from collapse. Can you all make psychology rolls when he says that? Except for you, obviously, Eliza, because you're unconscious.
Yes.
Because no one woke you up.
I know.
Not even a little bit.
hopefully that's what I got called generally.
But at the end of the day, I will say this, like it does make sense if people being like,
Wow.
let's just have us all be on the same page rather than Eliza obfuscating or doing something rash, right? Because honestly, you know, like you've all been very good at the fact that I've been playing this character as, oh, I'm going to gaslight you. I'm not going to tell you this. I'm going to keep that from you, blah, blah, blah. So I think this is your comeuppance for that, right?
So,
Reginald,
when he tells the thing about the everything I've done is for the good of the town, it's complete bullshit.
There's a tell. You played enough poker.
This is a man who's only interested in the well-being of one thing and one thing only, and that's him. This is, in your mind, a straight up save your own skin, sacrifice everyone else to make sure no one comes looking at you.
So let's say I believe you. How does it work? What do you provide people or men for this group to do something? What does, and I don't give him the thing, but I'll quote some of this. What does 8 ladies dance around the Graves Grove tree? Does that mean anything to you? One man stands between 10 women, and from young blood springs eternity.
Oh, I mean, yeah, some ditty that all those women seem to think is so very hard to solve. But I mean, once you've lived here long enough, it's obvious, isn't it?
I have not lived here that long.
Well, perhaps that is not my problem. I think you'll find the well might be of some interest to you and hold on, I'll get it right. I can just make sure I get it right so I don't stuff it up. I don't want to stuff it up. Stuff it up. Here we are. BLHS, I think you'll find is the sequence you're looking for. The Buxton Ladies Horticultural Society.
I think I had it written, the Buxton
2, 12, 8, 19.
Yep. That's what I got.
And what they were obviously involved in this ball. What was meant to happen? Is this where you were meant to procure a sacrifice for them?
Oh, I mean, they're just a bit worried about you folk sniffing around, getting involved.
And how does Henry Millwood fit into all of this?
Well, I mean, he did sell his sister's virtue to a cad. I mean, you can't just let that go unpunished, can you?
We will be leaving Miss Louisa out of this. She
No,
shall
it's not about
be
Miss
going to a
Louisa,
cat.
although she is promised to me.
That's very unfortunate because she will not be going anywhere near you.
Yes, I don't think you'll be collecting on that promise, my friend.
Anyway, the truth of the matter is that Millwood was, well, a bit of a fool, really. And, you know, I told the ladies what he'd done, and as it turns out, they have a deep interest in men who make such decisions on behalf of their sisters, their mothers, their daughters.
And how do you think they would feel if we were to show them how you treated one of their own kind?
Oh, they know who I am. I'm just very useful to them. Takes a cad to find a cad. All of that.
Indeed.
Like I said, everything I do for the wellness of the town.
We all know that is not true. Okay. Viscountess, Rector, would you is there any improvement in rope? How can we secure this guy? I have an inkling to feed him some of this wine and then push him out the window.
I think he'll be definitely be. Before we do that, definitely have to ask him if he knows where they're keeping Henry.
No, he doesn't. He says, no. I imagine somewhere around their little weird place that they hide.
Which is where?
Well, near St. Anne's Well. Everyone knows it. There's a whole bunch of caves underneath the well.
Yes, I'm sure everyone who lives here knows that.
Well, I can't account for your ignorance.
Sure, you should read the guidebook.
The rector to get like the curtain tiebacks to lash around him lash him to the chair.
Oh, I see. Yep. Okay.
Sure, I can do
Reginald,
that.
while they're tying him up, are you force feeding him laurel water to see how much he can take before he falls unconscious?
In fact, are there any of the Latin banners that I actually translated and got?
Nice.
Something about righteous judgment, etc.
Yep, I got it. Yep. Or the hubris of man in
exactly,
the face of God.
Man. And we bind him up on the chair.
He's wrapped in a banner on the chair. Reginald pours laurel water down his throat. He collapses into unconsciousness. All right. Now, it does occur to you, by the way, Georgiana, I should have said, I've just been thinking, you do still have some of that healing water, and that is pretty potent stuff. Perhaps that could awaken Eliza.
As much as she would like to save it, would you say that Georgiana might hear that voice in her head that tells her that this water is healing, and if she gives it to Eliza, it will revive her?
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, absolutely. But the voice in your head's probably saying, of course, we probably want to keep it for ourselves. I mean,
Why waste it?
Is this room on the ground floor, or is it
Georgiana
It's on the ground floor.
Conflicted at this, but she will sort of, while the others are distracted by Culverton, she will pour half the vial down Eliza's throat.
Okay, no need for a roll. Eliza, you're woken up.
And then she'll hide the vial again.
The scene.
Eliza, are you all right?
Cousin,
fell over.
I fell.
Yes, you fell. Perhaps don't look over there for the moment. Let's go out of the room.
The confronting scene.
Why? What's happened?
Nothing. I think that we should just probably leave, and she'll be trying to get Eliza out of the room without her turning and seeing the rest of them like hog tying Culverton with a knife and a pistol and everything.
Rector, would you be so kind as to maybe escort the ladies back to the party? I just need a word with the Viscountess, if possible, please.
Yeah, certainly.
So then when they do that, and when the door locks, and I say to the
probably can't lock anymore, but
or,
anyway.
you know, whatever, and I say to the Viscountess, Madame, this man is a bad man, and I feel he feels he's beyond any punishment. I would suggest that we throw him out the window. It was only on the ground floor; it cannot help him. And then, as we drive past, maybe we put him in our carriage, and maybe we just, make him disappear. Disappear is all I am saying. But let us put some fear into him. Huh? What do you think?
I think this is an excellent plan.
You were going to say.
Surely there's a bridge we pass over with a river under it.
Leave him out in the woods or something. I don't know.
Lather him in blood and leave him out in the woods or something. I feel like he deserves something for his vile treatment, but I feel that it is probably only you and I who maybe have the constitution for maybe what needs to be done.
That's exactly what I was thinking of.
Remember, it's not for you to judge his sins.
What is necessary.
We're not judging his sins. No, we're just checking him out the window. Read.
The window. He was in the midst of going out himself, so you could say we are helping him. Well, if you are not in opposition, then I'm gonna pick him up and drag him and chuck him out the window. Close the sash, and then we shall decide what to do with him when maybe it is not a bad time to make a exit sooner rather than later.
You might want to check to make a luck roll to check to see if there's any roses outside the window that are a bit thorny.
And
that would be
would it be a success or failure for them to be thorny?
Yeah,
that's where I was going.
Oh my god!
No, he has the softest landing. There's this beautiful soft bush. He's thrown out. He lands perfectly.
And then there's a bust of someone in the room, and that just goes out the window after him. Right. And that's my luck roll.
Okay. So at this point, where are we? We have everyone gathered together. You're moving into the ball. Because you've been in the library doing all of this, you haven't realized, well, you haven't heard this, but you hear strange sounds coming from the ball. And when you step into the room, that heavy scent that you could smell is now much stronger than it was before. And people are doing things unspeakable.
I knew it. This was a temple set up.
That's right. Women and men throwing themselves at each other in abandon.
Oh my god.
Some men throwing themselves at other men, some women throwing themselves at other women. It's a general abandon moment.
I think we grab the young ladies and head back to the room and go out the window.
And go out the window. That's what I was expecting. All right, so we will I can't process that question. All right.
I hope the heart stays in check.
You flee the scenes of debauchery. And race back to the library and then step out the window like Culverton was always going to do. Culverton's there. You will go and get your carriage. You will take your carriage and Culverton at this point at least and ride forth to St. Anne's Well, which will be the beginning of the next session and final session, I am absolutely certain, of the Well of Orpheus. And as predicted, we spent the whole 2 hours
at the ball.
Let's be honest, we all knew it was going to happen.
Absolutely.
Once you asked Eliza and Georgiana what they were doing first up, we always knew that was going to happen.
Honestly, I'm obsessed with the fact that Culberton had such a grudge against Eliza that he would try and poison her.
Well,
I was like,
are you really?
You
I
just
don't know.
threatened to kill him earlier.
Honestly, maybe I'm just naive, and to be honest, great for my character. But I was like, we've just shown everyone how great we are at dancing. This is a great opportunity for me to kind of have a one-on-one with you and say, who should I talk to? Who should I get to the sacrifice and kind of have a bit of a business chat? And instead, I got roofied.
He was Mr. and Mrs. Smithing it, and you were not. That's the difference right there. That's all I'm saying.
Oh God, I Angelina Jolied my way into unconsciousness. Wow.
Exactly right. All right, people. Fantastic game. I will stop the. Hold on. First of all, I'll stop the. If